I agree that it's not easy, and if you want to grill me on this, you will grill me forever. And so pray with us, open the doors for us, so we can get funding to be able to do these things. And I want to also say that our mother company does well. Anytime we are in trouble, VRA, they support us to get those little parts. They have an allocation yearly for us, except that it goes and it doesn't really show because we have a lot of things to do.
Angie, you're only here trying to, water down on the issues. They don't do much. They don't. I sat on the board of the resettlement program. The money doesn't come. When it comes, it's inadequate. If they are doing well with their money that they have, like by now, you should not suffer. This is Parliament. We can't cover up on certain things. And so please, they should be doing more for you. They should be doing more for you.
So, Mr. Minister, as she complained, a ferry is broken down for all those weeks. So what is the immediate alternative? What is happening? What is the immediate alternative? There should be an alternative, because it's only one at a ferry station. When it breaks down, what is the immediate alternative for the ordinary people?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. We, like she said, we have intensified the search for those parts. For now, we are not able to lay hands on the correct parts that will get those vessels, those barges moving. However, the local boats are supporting on daily basis and helping the commuters to move. But we have intensified the search for the canoes or the boats that they use. They are just supporting, doing some small works, not huge like what the ferry could have done. But we are very sure that now that we have opened so wide and look for the parts, we are very certain very soon we'll be able to acquire some to fix those vessels.
So, Minister, if the immediate alternative is the boats, do we also find a way of ensuring that the pilots on the boats, they are insured, they wear their jackets and all of that, or it's just an alternative? When anything happens, then we move to them. We don't even know the pilots, whether they are qualified or not.
Ghana Maritime Authority is doing a lot in educating our canoe users or boat users. We deployed or we employed some safety guards who are along the lake and giving some education. We are to have a comprehensive roll out of our actions that we want to implement with force added to it. We've been doing education. We are getting to a point we have to enforce that. We can now tell you that do not operate here any longer because you don't abide by our rules and regulations. So the Ghana Maritime Authority with their safety guards are doing some education alongside those crossing points.
So among the education, do we make sure that they are insured as well? What about insurance? With the boats, I'm now talking about the boats because it looks like that's the only alternative. Can we also add to the education we are giving so they all get insured, so that when the ferry breaks down, they are a complete alternative?
It's part of the education and the enforcement we want to now bring in. But you see, we operate in a country that we are challenged at all levels. We are going to put a licensing regime that will now have all the insurance and all other safety measures embedded into which Ghana Maritime Authority is far advanced in preparing a draft for us to see how we can legislate to put some enforcement or some measures in dealing with the private boat or canoe owners as to what they should do. But like you said, it is very important to ensure that those boats are insured such that if there's any accident, there could be some kind of claims made to the victims. Okay. We are far advanced in getting a draft Honorable Edem, put before you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, respectfully, I think that this issue of the vessel between Agodeke and Pando, which is affecting the people of Afram Plains, we are talking about it very nicely as though it's not a crisis. But I want to say that there's a crisis there. Many of my constituents are in those areas. They are farmers. For 9 weeks, many of them have harvested their products, even transportation, bringing them out to the market and all of that. It's a crisis. It is akin to, let's say, the road between Accra and Kumasi getting blocked, having a huge crack, and trucks are unable to access it. So it's a national security issue. It's an issue that I want to respectfully plead with the minister that let's get something done about this as soon as possible, because the people are crying. It is only because the media is unable to have access to the people to even interview them. That is why the issue is not a major national issue for discussion. I want to plead with the minister that let's treat this particular issue as a national security issue and get that vessel back on the lake so that we can get this issue resolved, please. Thank you.
Chair, it's a concern that we already are aware of, and we know the dangers and the difficulties our passengers face on a daily basis. If we say that it is not a matter of concern to us, then maybe we have not looked at it critically. We have been receiving a lot of calls, but the nature of the vessel is so old to the point that it's difficult to be able to access all the parts in time is one of the reasons. And like we said, we are opening up to see how we can get more new vessels that they will have ready parts that you can get to fix when there's a breakdown. However, we are in contact education. Like I said, Ghana Maritime Authority is giving education to the local people who are using their boats or their canoes on daily basis. We know the danger at which this has brought our people to. They have a lot of difficulties on daily basis moving from one bank or one point to another, and we want to give the assurance that we have intensified the search for the parts. Even if we will improvise some of those things, that's what we are now looking at, and then try and see whether we can move those badges. We will do so. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, the next infraction is on paragraph 1251, and Honorable Gape would handle that.
Thank you, Chair. Before I even proceed with my question, the company name is Volta Lake Transport Company Limited. I think as a country we are not taking this company seriously, because I think this company would have, done a lot for us. Look at, even you are talking about bulk oil. What about food transportation? Cutting food by road is very expensive. And countries are using their water resources to help. Then now, we are not. So as a country, we need to reset Volta Lake Transport. Volta Lake Transport needs reset. Seriously. Now, you claim you don't have money. I would like to ask your procurement officer, is he familiar with the section 21 of the Public Procurement Act at 2003? At 663. Are you aware of that section?
Yes, we are aware, and I'll defer to him.
Procurement officer, are you aware? You are aware?
Yes, sir, we are aware.
So why do you decide to break down procurement into, you split them, the same day, the same date, the same company? Why?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. In connection with the breaking down of the bulk, what happened was, when we take the corporate budget that we drew, which translated to the annual procurement plan, the request, like my CEO said, we have stations all over, about 5 ferry stations. So the request for the Manila rope, the shackles, and then the wire rope came according to the various stations. So we had to also procure it as it came to the procurement department. And then, Honorable Chair, it may interest you to know that with the mooring rope and then the wire ropes, if the vessels are not well secured, it can just drift off. And there was an incident about some years ago which we experienced. By the time we came back in the morning to work, we saw that one of our vessels, MV Yape Queen, was nowhere to be located. So the crew went round, as our operation team, they went round and then they discovered that it was closer to the dam, that's Akosombo Dam. So we had to call rescue team from both VRA and then VLTC. Then they had to go and rescue the vessel from the dam. It was almost going to hit the dam, which would have been a national disaster to the entire country. So according to how the request came for the various stations that they are in dire need for the item, then the procurement team also went ahead to procure it. But when the auditors came, they raised the issue, which we've all seen the wisdom in it. So going forward, we've taken cognizance of that, and then we will ensure that we will be proactive enough that when items of similar nature come, we will put all together and then we will use the right method of procurement. Thank you very much.
Procurement officer, the story you are telling us, you are under oath.
Yes.
And then it is clear that is a bulk you have split. The evidence is clear. There is no justification what you are doing. Even they have recommended for your those involved to be prosecuted. Because even looking at the amount involved is 525,120 Ghana cedis. And then when you look at the breaking of the bulk procurement, the dates 16th, the same day. And then the second section is talking about 19. Even layman looking at this, somebody will say you are even doing this, you are not even smart in doing this. And it's a fact. So it's a bulk procurement, you are broken into pieces and you are doing it. So accept it and then put measures in place rather than justifying it. Your justification will not be accepted here because we are dealing with evidence. The name of the game is evidence. And it is clear, you have been recommended for prosecution. You and I were not there. Chairman, we are in your hands.
Honorable Day, ask your question.
Before you come in, can I come in?
Yeah, come in.
Chairman, what we do at VLTC, we try to put body and soul together. And we acknowledge that the wrong thing or things were done. We will not repeat it anymore. And so this is my humble plea to the committee.
All right, Honorable Day. Yes, your question.
And also as a former friend of the committee.
Yes.
Thank you, Chairman. My question actually, it's before I ask my substantive question, I have a very huge interest in the operations of the Volta Lake Transport Company because I'm the MP for Pando. And in your presentation, I did not hear, Honorable Chair, the ferry stations. Maybe I missed it, but I didn't hear Pando being mentioned. Is it not one? If it's not, why? Yeah. Now, if Pando is a ferry station, well, maybe you want to answer whether Pando is a ferry station or not. Then I can proceed.
Okay, Honorable MP for Pando constituency, Pando station on our books is Agodeke Pando. Agodeke Pando. And so we set off in the morning from Agodeke, and then we get to Pando Toko. And so that is in your constituency, and Agodeke is also in another constituency.
So by the mention of Agodeke, by extension, Pando.
By extension, it is Pando Toko Agodeke.
All right. My question then is the construction of landing base part of the arrangements you are making to solicit private sector participation in the operations of the ferries? Because without a proper or a workable landing beach, I cannot see how the operations of these ferries would be effective. You may want to expatiate on that.
Yes, it is part of it. It is not only in Pando Toko. Almost aside Adosu, Bipe and Akusumbo, we have the need to construct landing sites at the rest of the ferry stations. It is an urgent need, because as and when we do the local one by using excavators, laterites, and then it rains, it washes the laterite into the lake, and the lake gets silted. Aside that one, VRA is also complaining about the filth it pushes to the dam area, and so it is a necessity, and we are also working, as the minister said, on that.
Well, by that explanation, I would like to assure the minister, Madam Chair, that in fact about 10 other MPs in the Volta region and OT are going to join the CEO in coming to knock at your doors, because operations of these ferries or vessels, it's so critical to the economies of our constituencies, and we will not relent until we find some workable solutions to this. So we're going to be knocking at your doors, and we'll join the CEO to be doing that. So that's some assurance for the Honorable Minister.
Minister, okay. He's being selective. He's being selective. 10 MPs from Volta. I'm also part. I'm from Eastern region.
Well, OT and Eastern and Northern, in fact, the list is long. If
yes.
you look at the number of constituencies and districts that border.
But I think that the assurance from the minister has been very telling. So, Minister, just on the last infraction, and it has to do with
I'm yet to finish my question. Then.
Okay.
No, it's part of the substantive question that I wanted to. Can I proceed? Thank you very much. The auditor cited a very simple but very significant infraction, which has to do with encroachment on the company's landed property at Yeji. The conduct of a physical inspection of the company's landed property located at Yeji, and noted that parts of the property had been encroached by residents. Madam Chair, if the witness can inform the committee on the status of this encroachment, whether it's been resolved, whether the encroached land has been taken back, if you can, throw some light on this. Thank you.
Thank you. When you go to paragraph 1263, the response there is clearly stated that would have been catered for when the Korean Exim Bank loan was given, or comes to be, or comes on board. Because it is also heavily a financial issue, and because we also are unable to access this loan, we are still having issues being able to fence around our properties. But the good thing is that for Akusumbo, the phase 1 of that particular project has been completed, and the phase 2 will be started any moment from now when our budget is approved by the board.
Madam Chair, specifically on this Kazim loan facility, what is the status? Because the last time
the minister actually explained it while you were away.
that is approved now,
No.
but we are still working at it, because the last time I checked, I didn't hear what the minister said, respectfully. But the last time I checked, I thought they said there was no objection had been granted, and we were at the verge of securing the facility.
Honorable member.
Where are we?
Honorable member.
Respectfully.
The minister had a lengthy talk on it. I don't know whether you were in or not about the Korean Exim Bank. Yes. Maybe you weren't here when he spoke about it. Would you want him to
Chair,
repeat
if
it?
you can allow the minister to just, respectfully, if he can just throw light on what he said here. Not repeat, but just throw light specifically on where we are on the loan. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Just to go a little bit back to his earlier questions, asking whether we're going to do some landed sites for the vessels or what. Yes, because if you don't do that and it rains at all times, you have to go and put laterite and then reshape it. Not only the landing sites that we are looking at, we have a comprehensive plan of having some small terminals to all those crossing points, because people will have to wait at the time for the vessels to arrive and they will board. And then it will also create some employment for people. People will go sell some few things there. So we have a comprehensive plan of terminals and then landing sites and then the vessels. With the Korea Exim Bank facility, it was affected by the debt restructuring program. And I said that we have reinitiated talks with them to see how we can get ourselves to table and see how we can go back to the terms and then, if possible, get the facility to roll out all these things that were part of the programs that the loan was intended for, or the facility was intended for. So with the improvement of the economy and the way we are finally, or we are almost settling all the debt arrangements, we'll be able to get the Koreans to sit with us to discuss the disbursements of the loan facility. Thank you.
Thank you. That'll be all.
So in the management response, you indicated that you were going to recruit an estate officer who will be engaged and pay frequent visits. Have you done that?
It's been done.
You have an estate
Yes,
officer. Auditors, are you able to confirm whether or not they have recruited an estate officer?
Honorable Chair, we are yet to confirm that. We don't have any update on that.
Please, we'll forward the information to you. He came about a year ago.
Send the officer personally to auditors to see.
Head count or face count?
Is there any other institution that we haven't called that is out there?
No, I think they are the last.
Okay, Madam,